Yo, what's up, everybody? Tonight we're talking about China. Specifically, why China is basically the Beyoncé of Asia. Crazy talented, super influential, and everyone kind of wants to be them. For decades, China has been on a steady climb to the top. They've gone from a country struggling to find its footing to a global superpower. This rise didn't happen overnight. It's a story of strategic planning, economic hustle, and a whole lot of ambition. So buckle up, folks, because we're diving deep into the world of Chinese dominance. First up, let's talk about China's explosive economic growth. We're talking decades of booming industries, skyrocketing exports, and a GDP that's giving even the United States a run for its money. China has become the factory of the world, cranking out everything from smartphones to sneakers. This manufacturing prowess has made them the go-to source for affordable goods across Asia and beyond. But it's not just about cheap labor and mass production. China has been investing heavily in technology and innovation, becoming a major player in fields like artificial intelligence and renewable energy. This economic muscle gives China serious leverage in Asia. Speaking of building stuff, let's talk about China's ambitious plan to reshape global trade, the Belt and Road Initiative. Imagine a modern-day Silk Road, but instead of just silk, it's everything from oil pipelines to high-speed rail lines. This massive infrastructure project is China's way of connecting itself to Asia, Europe, and beyond. They're investing trillions in building roads, ports, and railways, creating a network of trade routes. Critics argue that the Belt and Road Initiative is China's way of creating economic dependencies and expanding its political influence. Whether you see it as a win-win or a debt trap, there's no denying that the Belt and Road Initiative is a bold move by China. Let's move on from economics to the world of politics, where things get a bit more complicated. China isn't shy about throwing its weight around in the region. They've been busy strengthening ties with countries in Southeast Asia, offering economic incentives and military cooperation. Then there's the not-so-subtle approach, asserting territorial claims in the South China Sea. China's been building artificial islands and flexing its naval muscles, leading to some tense standoffs. But China's not just about hard power, they're also masters of soft power, using their cultural influence to win hearts and minds across Asia. China's playing the long game in Asia, using a combination of economic might, political maneuvering, and cultural diplomacy. All right, let's talk soft power. It's a fascinating concept that goes beyond the traditional realms of hard power, like military and economic strength. China knows that true dominance isn't just about economics and military might. It's also about winning over the hearts and minds of the people. This is where soft power comes into play. China's been exporting its culture to the rest of Asia for centuries, from the teachings of Confucianism to the thrilling action of kung fu movies. These cultural exports have left a lasting impact. In recent years, they've stepped up their game, using everything from catchy pop music to the adorable charm of panda diplomacy. These efforts are designed to create a positive image of China. Chinese historical dramas are all the rage across Asia, showcasing the country's rich history and cultural heritage. These dramas captivate audiences and spark interest in Chinese culture. And then there's the food. Chinese cuisine is a universal favorite, known for its diverse flavors and unique dishes. Chinese cuisine has taken over the world, with restaurants popping up everywhere. From dim sum to Peking duck, these dishes are enjoyed by people from all walks of life. This cultural exchange might seem harmless, even positive, and in many ways it is. It fosters understanding and appreciation between different cultures. But it's also a strategic move by China to enhance its image and strengthen its influence in the region. By spreading its culture, China aims to build soft power and create a favorable environment for its policies and interests. To truly understand China's dominance in Asia today, we need to take a trip back in time. This journey will reveal the rich tapestry of history that has shaped the nation into what it is today. For centuries, China was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the region. The Great Wall, the Forbidden City, the invention of gunpowder, and many other innovations were testaments to its ingenuity and strength. The development of printing technology and the creation of intricate scrolls were signs of a civilization at the peak of its power, with scholars and artisans contributing to its cultural wealth. China's influence spread throughout Asia through trade, diplomacy, and sometimes conquest. The ancient trade routes and diplomatic missions helped weave a network of connections that extended far beyond its borders. But then came the 19th and 20th centuries, a time marked by significant upheaval. This period saw internal strife and foreign invasions, with events like the Boxer Rebellion highlighting the nation's struggles. China was down for the count, facing destruction, famine, and displacement of its people. Struggling to find its footing in a rapidly changing world, China underwent significant transformations, including industrialization and the Cultural Revolution. However, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, China has spent the past few decades rebuilding itself with remarkable resilience and determination. Through massive infrastructure projects, booming factories, and bustling cities, China has been reclaiming its position on the global stage. Today, China stands as a major power, showcasing its military might, economic prowess, and diplomatic influence in international arenas. Now, before we crown China the undisputed emperor of Asia, let's not forget that the region is a pretty crowded playground. Asia is home to some of the world's most dynamic and diverse nations, each with its own ambitions and strategies. There are other players vying for influence, each bringing their own unique strengths and challenges to the table. And China's rise hasn't been without its challenges. From economic slowdowns to internal dissent, the road to dominance is fraught with obstacles. First off, there's the United States, the reigning superpower, who's not thrilled about China muscling in on their turf. The US has long considered itself the guardian of the Pacific, and it's not about to relinquish that role easily. The US has been strengthening its military presence in the region, conducting joint exercises and increasing its naval patrols, and forging alliances to counter China's growing influence. Then there's Japan, a technological powerhouse and former regional heavyweight, still smarting from its own history with China. Japan's economic and military strategies are heavily influenced by its past conflicts and current geopolitical realities. And let's not forget India, a rising giant with a billion-plus population. India's demographic and economic growth make it a formidable player in the region, and its own aspirations for regional leadership. With advancements in technology and space exploration, India is carving out its own niche on the global stage. The geopolitical landscape of Asia is complex, with multiple power centers and competing interests. Navigating this intricate web of alliances and rivalries requires a nuanced understanding of each nation's history, ambitions, and strategic goals. So there you have it, folks. We've explored the rise of China as a dominant force in Asia, from its economic might to its political maneuvering to its cultural magnetism. China's influence in the region is undeniable. They've got the money, the muscle, and the mojo to call the shots and shape the future of Asia. But it's not a one-sided story. China faces challenges, competition, and a whole lot of scrutiny as it navigates the complex geopolitical landscape. One thing's for sure. Understanding China's role in Asia is crucial for understanding the world today. That's our show for tonight, everybody. Stay tuned for more in-depth analysis of the world's biggest stories.